The quick disadvantage you notice here is that obviously 54 and 69 are not next to each other. 69 to 115 similarly. What we typically do with histograms is we want to show the frequency, but we don't want to show the frequency of every single value. Usually we want to see the frequency of certain ranges of values. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to right click inside of my table, and I am going to go to group, and what this does is it automatically detects the min and the max. And I actually don't want to see every single value. I want to see values in ranges of, let's say, 100. And you have to kind of decide what appropriate ranges are. You don't want to have, these are called bins. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We have basically, what is this, 8 different bins. And that's probably pretty good. We probably don't want to have too many more. We could probably even space them out to 100, being intervals of 120. And what this allows us to now see is how many times did we have profits within certain ranges of values. So 53 to 152, we had four times we had profit in there. We actually had 4 times, we had profit between 553 and 662 4 times, etc., etc., etc. So it shows us how spread out the profits are and where the majority of profits are being earned. So we can kind of see that it's in the middle, and 2 of the tails kind of have some pretty good frequency, although it's only 1s, 2s, 3s, and 4s. Okay, now you also notice there's a gap here between 353 to 452, but then it goes 553 to 652. What Excel does is it only shows the ranges wherein there are actually counted profits. So to insert the blanks, to be able to actually show the correct spacing, I'm going to right click in my table and do, let's see, where is it here? We actually want to do field settings, and we will select layout and print, and you want it to show items with no data, so make sure that's checked. And what you'll now notice is they'll just insert blanks for ranges that are part of the data but that don't have any values. So there are no values less than 53, no values more than 1053. Now we actually see a true scale, and we can see that we get a lot of low profits, we get a lot of mid profits, and then we get a little bit of some of the max profits. This is not very common in actual profits. You know, most of the time you'll notice you have profits somewhere in the center, and then few spend too little, and very few people spend too much. But anyway, this is kind of how this distribution looks. This is a distribution of the profits. And of course we could adjust, you know, depending on what you're trying to show or how you're trying to see your data. You could actually change your groupings to not be 100, but let's say 200. And then you can kind of see a little bit more. Okay, well, between 53 and 252 is where we are earning most of the time. And again, we kind of still see something similar. But you can kind of adjust those ranges and talk a little bit about the spread, about the center of the data, about the frequencies, etc., etc., etc. So that's some pretty cool stuff. One thing you can do is whenever you select the graph and you go out to design, actually right-click on the graph and do Format Data Series, you can actually show the border as a solid line, and we'll select a black color border. So what that does is it just shows the bars as being distinct. I kind of like that so that I can see the separation, but there you have it.